shaping. This is Jim with Elite Personal Fit. Today we're going to do a body split. So if you like to work out multiple days in a row, maybe you want to go 2 days on, 1 day off, and then maybe 2 days on again, we encourage a lot of people to cut your body in half so you're not hitting the whole body every single time. Now you could do that, but this is another way to train. So this is going to cut the body somewhat in half. We're going to focus on chest, back, and triceps today. And if you haven't seen these videos before, we really want to appeal to a broad audience. So multiple fitness levels, so we'll be mentioning some modifications for these exercises that just about anybody could do with just a little modification. Also, if you don't have weight equipment, it shouldn't limit your ability to get a great workout. So we're going to use just some basic household items to get through this routine. All right. Let me cover what we're going to need for this particular workout. You may want an ab mat. So we've got an ab mat off to the side. We will be tying a little core with this. So we're going to do loaded up planks. Great exercise for the core, but also kind of gets the chest warmed up a little bit too because you're going to up plank. Okay. A chair. Guys, you want a chair or a bench. You need one of those nearby for a couple exercises. We're going to use gallon jugs today, kind of like dumbbells. So I would encourage you to have 2 to 4 of those. So should be easy to obtain those. If you don't have those, they're probably easy to get. And we just fill them with water. Pretty good alternative if you don't have any weights at all. Guys, we're also going to need a backpack. So I've got a backpack here. Sorry I had to run off. It was just off screen here. So we have just one of my son's backpacks. Guys, these are great. If you haven't seen the videos before, you can put old weight plates in here. Maybe you got some dumbbells or kettlebells you're not going to use for this workout. So you could use even light ones, light little sets if you're not going to use them, and they accumulate something heavy. Or you could use multiple gallon jugs, books, paper, anything in here, okay? So I'm going to use this for one-arm rows. And again, this backpack is totally optional. You could just use gallon jugs for these one-arm rows. If you want to lift heavier, that's where the backpack comes in handy. So I'm just going to grab, I have to have a dumbbell here. And if you don't have dumbbells, like I said, books, paper, anything will work. So I'm going to act like I don't have any weights, and I'm going to throw what I'm going to pretend is like an old weight in here. Zip that up, slide that off to the side. Other thing, we may need tubing or a towel. We're going to do some line pull downs, and we do those frequently. It's a nice exercise for the back. It also kind of gets the erectors in the lower back at the same time. So you're kind of simulating a lat pull down. Tubing is great for those, but you can use a towel and really get a good benefit as well. Okay, so tubing or a towel also. Let me post this up so you can see it on your screen. We're going to run through this 2 times. Okay, so not a super long workout. I believe there are 9 exercises, I think. So that's a total of 18. Depending on your breaks in between, you're looking at, I don't know, probably 25, 35 minutes. Somewhere in that range probably is where you're going to fall. So let me get this mat out. And we're going to start this off with a low to up plank. Okay. Try not to sag during this movement. And here we go. So we're here, and guys, what I'm going to do is we're going to go through 2 rounds. So I'm going to go left, right on these. I know that a lot of times people will end with the arm that they finish with, but I'm just going to do the same sequence. So left, right, and then I'll go right, left on the next round. So I'm here, and let's get around 10 or so. Okay, so we're here, and up, up. 1, 2. That was 10. Great way to get the body warm. I'm just going to roll over now, and we're going to transition to bicycle kicks. Okay, so just getting the core engaged a little bit here. So my hands are behind the head. I'm not going to pull the head. I'm going to alternate side to side, opposite the legs. 1, 2, 3. Good little core warm up. Okay, next one. We're gonna go wide to close push-ups. And we have a variety of options here. Obviously you go from your toes and you can step wide, close. You go from your knees. Guys, you go to a chair and just do push-ups from the chair. If you want to move your hands, you can. Just be careful. A lot of times chairs aren't super wide like a bench, so you have that option. Now I'm going to add a curveball for advanced, and mine aren't going to look real pretty probably, but you can also do a plyo where you press yourself up and move your hands. Okay, so I'm going to try a round of these. Let's see how this goes. And we're looking for around, if you're doing the plyos, maybe 8 to 10, but let's just say around 10 total push-ups. Okay, this is going to be very fit. You can always do a little more. Okay, but these can be challenging for people. I'll set that there. So guys, I'm just going to go wide. I'm going to do a little plyo with it, and man, a lot of energy required with that. So I'm going to push myself up and then switch hands. Remember, you can just do a push-up and then come close. Okay, so you can do the traveling version as well. All right, so here we go. So we're here, and I'm just going to drive myself up and move my hands. So I'm going to drive up, move the hands in close, drive up. All right. So that was the plyo version, and your boy requires a lot of energy to do that. So great exercise. Again, it's not for everybody, but you can just do push-ups from the feet, hands, or chair. Okay. So next one, guys, one-arm rows. So this could be gallon jugs. If you recall, just a moment ago, I threw some weight in a backpack. Great option. Back is pretty strong. Gallon jugs may not be heavy enough. So you can step up to something like this. Right? We're going to do around 15 on each side. You could use your chair for your hand to go on. I think I'll lean on my leg, but you could use the chair. We're here about 15. Here we go. 1. Really squeeze it back every time. 2. Pulling towards hip. 3. 4. That was 15, and even though the weight's not super heavy, if you focus on what you're trying to do, you can really make a lighter work more challenging, and you really get a great workout in the back with these. All right? So I'm going to switch these up. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that was 15 on each side, and again, you can really feel the back working. So you don't need monster weights to get a great workout if you dial in and be intentional with each contraction. Next exercise. Guys, this one I haven't done before either. I haven't done plyos on these videos either. They're just not for everybody, so it's a more advanced movement. This one, we're going to do a fly and then a crush press where we're trying to squeeze either dumbbells together or, in my case, gallon jugs if you have weights. So neat compound movement. So we're going to do a fly and then kind of like this underhand kind of crush press. If you have dumbbells, especially hex work really well, but you can just press them together like this. With the gallon jugs, I'm going to turn them a little bit. Okay. So let's go through this one. All right. Around 10 or so of these. Okay. So I'm going to lay back and I'm going to get my weight down by my side. I don't want to start wide. I want to start just kind of coming up. So what we don't want to do on this one is get the weights out wide and pick them up off the floor out here. A lot of stress on the joints. Okay, so I'm going to bring them in tight to the body. I'm going to grab these weights and I'm just going to come up and If you have rings on, watch your rings. So we're here, okay? My elbows are soft. I'm gonna come out like a fly. Come up. I'm gonna squeeze these jugs together. 1. 2. 3. Together, squeeze them. I'll do one more. Okay, great exercise, very effective, and the weights translate pretty well together when you combine those movements together. And you're just kind of hitting the chest from a few different angles that way. All right. The next one, we're gonna go to a lying pull down, and this can be done with a towel. I'll show that one. Okay. If you're using a towel. Same formula on your stomach, but you're going to pull that towel apart as you pull into the collarbone. Okay, so chest slightly off the floor, arms hover right over the floor, and you're thinking about crunching that back. All right, so let me get these out of the way, and let me get this tubing set up. If you're using tubing, and again, it's just an option, you want to anchor something very stable. You don't want to drag a table across the floor or a chair. So go to a couch, go something that's substantial. All right, and all I'm gonna do is wrap this around a couple times and try to make sure that I've got about equal tension on each side of the bands, okay? And then I'm gonna lay down. I'm kind of going at an angle here, guys. Okay, so I'm here. I'm gonna get a little bit of tension from the get-go here. Hopefully you can see that okay. I'm gonna bring my chest up off the floor, we're at 10 to 15, and I'm gonna squeeze back right here, crunch that back. 1, 2, slow and controlled. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, Okay. Next one. We're going to stay down on the ground. So we've had 3 so far. This is the 3rd one. And we're going to do a lying side tricep. Okay. And these can be challenging. And we're looking for somewhere 8 to 12 or so. You're going to lay back. And I encourage you to start lay on your dominant side. And that way you work your non-dominant arm. Okay, so I'm right-handed. I'm going to lay on my right side. I'm going to cross this hand over the shoulder. This hand in the armpit. Maybe a few inches from the armpit coming out. And you can fine-tune this a little bit. But what I want to do is really focus on the back of the arm. Okay, so as I come up, what I'm going to do is just try to keep my hip down. I'm going to drive up, tighten the back of the arm, and down. And I've got mine pretty hugged in tight to the armpit. Okay? Don't want to stress your shoulders. Make sure and tighten them at the top. Okay, I'm going to flip sides, somewhere in that 8 to 12 range. And you could use your ab mat too if you have a mat. That may be a little more comfortable. Okay, so now might be able to use your working your dominant arm right here, and 8 to 12. Another trick, if you try to push through the heel of the hand or down low, it helps a little bit. Okay. Those are much tougher than they look. It's just crazy. All right. So now we're going to stand up and we're going to hit the chest again. And we're going to do an underhand front raise to really contract the pecs. Okay. So light dumbbells, gallon jugs, maybe even canned goods. If you're using some household items. So I'm going to grab these. What we're going to do is we're going to converge the weight. So we're going to start on your side. We're converging. We're going to come up about mouth, nose level. So I start out at the hips. I'm kind of underhand. Arms are fairly straight. Just don't lock the elbows. All right. And I'm just going to come up, squeeze the pecs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that was 15 and really worked the chest pretty well. Okay. This next exercise, and this is actually the last exercise in the circuit, we're going to do some Pulley Rose. So we're just going to alternate these one-arm rows. We'll be in a bent over row position, alternating one-arm rows, and it's like there's a little pulley as you're going through these. Okay. Watch your back, make sure your knees are soft. So I'm going to grab a couple gallon jugs here. We'll stand up. I'm just going to lean over, and here we go. Squeeze back. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Let's set these down for a minute. That was one round through. Okay. So what I'm going to do, take a short break if you need it. A little sip of water maybe. I'm going to lay out this mat. And we are going to get after it. Load up planks. About 10 of these. Remember, I went left, right last time, so I'm going to go right, left this time. All right? So I'm here. A little harder this time around. Body's a little more fatigued. 25 bicycle kicks just to hit the core a little more here. right, all right. I'm up. I'll get the mat out of the way. Okay, we'll try these plows again. Remember, you can do these on a bench, okay? Or from your knees, or just traditional. You don't have to do the plow version. So you can do a push-up, move one hand in close, other hand out, back close. We're looking for around 10, okay, maybe 8 to 10, right? Here we go. Okay, a little tougher than you look. Man. Okay, one arm rows. Feeling that back. Man, good stuff. Good stuff. Fly, crush press. Here we go. Okay, good little exercise. Man. All right. Let me get these out of the way. Okay, lying pull down, flying through this thing. All right. Really squeeze that back, guys. Every rep, squeeze the back. You're gonna feel those erectors in the lower back a little bit. So I'm gonna lay down, chest up, arms off the ground, crunch back right there. Yeah. Feel it? Good stuff. All right. We have got triceps next. Kind of roll around the floor here. Lion side tricep. Here we go. And if you need longer breaks, guys, by all means hit the pause button. And if I slow you up because I talk too much, hit fast forward. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I'm gonna flip over here. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Feel a little bit. Okay. Great stuff. All right. Back to the pecs. Underhand front raise. To 15. Here we go. Okay. Whew. Okay, and we have the Pulley Rose. All right. So while one's moving, the other one is going up while the other one's going down. Okay. Here we go. Let's get 15 of these. Oh, all right, let me set these down. All right, wow. Hey, that was our last exercise in this chest back tricep routine. I hope you had a great workout wherever you're at. Thanks for joining me. This is Elite Fitness, bringing wellness